Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
I hate to be the one to break this to you, but if you don't support neopronoun users, you don't support all LGBT people. You don't get to pick and choose. That nonsense is just respectability politics repackaged.
This is not a motherfucking trend! So Elon Musk bought Twitter. He gonna make a tweet talking about, I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that is what free speech means. But let's get into this response right here by Laverne Spike. Laverne said, an African-American owner of the largest social media company on earth. This is historic. Laverne, shut the fuck up because you know what you do. Elon Musk is South African. He was born in South Africa and his father is South African. But regular everyday speech, when people talk about African-American and historic, they're not talking about a white man being the one to do something.
What an odd thing to say. What a peculiar thing to say.
You get hotter the more you come to terms with your sexuality and gender.
Baby, you don't think I look pretty like this? Don't you give me up, please. Don't give up on me. I belong with you, only you.
Hey, so here's a little background. I am 44. I grew up as a food stamp baby, and we had those paper fucking food stamps where you'd have to clip them off. I'd be at the register with my mom, so embarrassed, but so excited to get some freaking food. And, and then I would go to my dad's house for the weekend, come back, we'd be put out, and we'd have to move. And we moved a lot. So when the term of white privilege came out, I was so offended. It's like, white privilege? I don't have any fucking white privilege. Do you know how poor I was growing up? Like, do you know? I mean, we had to keep all the cups, top side down so the roaches wouldn't climb in. I mean, we were fucking poor. We were on Section 8. And I just thought, oh my God, I don't have any freaking privilege. And it was only about 5 or 6 years ago when I worked with this physician, and he had said that he always kept his lab coat in his car, facing out the window, so that way if he were to get pulled over, they would see that he was a doctor and not a threat. And that's when I realized what white privilege was. I don't get scared if I get pulled over. I may get a little pissed thinking about, oh my God, what's the ticket cost? But I don't think that it's going to cost my life. And I'm never concerned that I'm going to be, killed or, thrown to the ground or anything like that. That doesn't scare me. And that's why I know that I have white privilege. So I'm sorry to my black and brown people that have to have this fear. And it's not okay. But I will let you know that I'm your ally. I'm your accomplice. I'm whatever you need me to be. I love you. I support you. And I'm with you.
Do you want to build a? Oh no, my table! It is high, it is far. JETS. We are farmers. We don't talk about chicken wing, chicken wing.
They look so sad and lonely. I sold my soul for poetry. This hell is members only. Why did I say, oh kids,
Follow your dreams.
Yeah. Wanna get a mansion, a jacuzzi, a theater to watch my movies, couple whips and lots of fancy things. The kids they call the Goonies. See the future, crystal ball, mirror, mirror hanging on the wall. With a flash white boy of the mall. Got your girlfriend screening all the calls. She bubbling, we fucking and.
White privilege does not exist, it isn't true.
You made another song that's a big pile of poo. Read a book, know your history. Racism is not a mystery. Stop this trend, it is way overdue.
What I eat in a day is a fat girl who eats intuitively. So I didn't have eggs for breakfast today, and honestly I'm just as shocked as you guys. I made a turkey rasher sandwichy thing, and I also had a chocolate croissant and a cup of tea. And then as like a mid-morning snack, I had some of these pretzel sticks. And then for lunch, I kind of just improvised because I had some dumplings, some rice, some seaweed, salad, vegetables, that kind of thing. Basically just chucked them all in a bowl with some mayo, QP mayo. And then I had this rice pudding as an afternoon snack. And then I had some of this vegan shawarma with some chips and vegetables for dinner. And also a few pieces of this chocolate. And then later in bed I had some Doritos while I watched The Tinder Swindler. And honestly, what the fuck, has anyone seen it?
Here we go. Come with me. There's a world out there that we should see. Take my hand. Close your eyes. With you right here, I'm a rocketeer. Let's fly. Up, here we go. Up, here we go.
And then she gave me head.
So she has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Looked you in your eyes and said that she loves him.
That is correct.
And then gave you sloppy top?
The sloppiest, yeah.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Doc. You're the expert. You tell me.
Look at the pool. I don't think the solution would have been if there happened to have been an African American on that list that you're like, I'm voting for them. I don't know their policies. I don't know who they are. I don't know their character. I'm voting for them. I don't think that's the solution. I think you look at that pool and go, what is our school system, right? Is there economic disparity between Williamson County and Davidson County? Are their teachers paid differently? Are they trained differently? And we start there. What are we doing in our churches? What are we doing? I think the solutions here is saying, Anthony, here's this church, here's this group of people. Let's invest in you financially. Let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's put our economic development. Let's put our opportunities there. And it's not a matter of we open the door, there's nobody knocking. It's like, all right, guys, it's just us white dudes then, right? I think it's the investment comes way down upriver. Does that make sense?
Well, I think too, it's like,
That's a really good point, Diane. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Thank you.
Every now and then, come and take my hand.
Because we're incapable of saying no to certain things. And I'll use this example, and bear with me because it may not come out right, so just take this with a grain of salt. I am by no means racist. I do not believe for an instant that my wife and I have been handed anything personally because we're white. Now, I understand what white privilege is. It's a belief that society has unintentionally or intentionally given advantages to people who are not of color, white, and that people of color have been disadvantaged. Yes, that has been true in given situations, that people of color have been disadvantaged.
If you, as the white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.